Sound up. Yep. Greetings, everyone. Got some pens. Greetings to anyone that's watching. My name's Matt Simon. I'm a guitarist. If you have any questions or comments, do let me know. Oh, you've gone. Right. Handwriting pen. Don't need a green one. I've got a like. How's Damon? Hey, cheers, man. Yeah, pretty chilled. Get out some beers later, and I got a little cheeky one here. Nice little whiskey. How's your day been? Bob O'Donnell. It's a solid name. I also need to get this. I've got this whole thing to colour in. I'm not going to just do that today on stream. I guess the more important ones are at the front. Goes all the way around. But obviously people don't see the back when you do it, but it's nice to flip it around. So I'll finish this green bit and then get on with some guitar playing. I did one with some paints, which was pretty good, but I mean, it's a cheap guitar, so I'm just putting some some felt tips on it. Any suggestions? I think I might do this one yellow. And this bit goes around the edge. Is there any song requests you guys have, or any guitar information I could impart? Any wisdom? Any burning questions? Any rumours you'd like confirmed or denied? Not myself. Yeah. Just going to do it in gradual pieces. Yeah, I had another one. It took about like a couple of days worth of effort to paint it, which was, it looked good. I wonder if it's on Instagram somewhere. I should maybe contact the person on eBay, just say like, are you using it online? Because it'll look pretty cool. So that does look a bit better. It's like, you know, like when you go to a restaurant and like the kids are given like some pens and they're like, oh yeah, just there you go, just wait for your food. And picked up some new pens recently. Lost the old ones. Yeah, great stories. Yeah, here, like the real rock and roll. Hi, Tosin boy. Geek, cheers, yeah. Cheers for watching. 24 viewers watching me like paint a guitar. That's the front. So this fish, Play Eruption. Yeah, not on this really. My fingers are a little bit cold at the moment, hence the gloves. Like, is it this? I never really learned that one too much. That sounds a bit like One by Metallica. They do the similar kind of tapping riff. I will learn it. If people want me to learn that, just drop all your comments in. Yeah, cheers, Troy. It's an amazing piece, that one. And apparently it was a warm-up, like he did it in the studio and finished warming up, and the producer was blown away. He's like, what the fuck was that? And he was like, oh yeah, it's just my thing. And he used to have his, I don't know if you know, he used to have his back turned to the audience because he wanted to hide what he was doing so people didn't copy it too much. Although people obviously worked out what it was in the end. Then they went on tour with Black Sabbath, and would just like blowing them away off stage every night. So that's pretty cool. Be quite intimidating playing after Van Halen, wouldn't it? Imagine that. It was like there's a tour with Megadeth had Pantera supporting, and like that would have been absolutely savage. Imagine watching that. Like Metallica, the Megadeth like barely just held onto it. Like Pantera almost blew them off the stage, and that'd be around the Rust in Peace lineup, which would have been incredible. And yeah, Dimebag was actually asked to join Megadeth, which would have been amazing. But then Dimebag said, I'm only coming if my brother comes along with me, because he was a drummer. And they just hired Nick Menzer on drums. So that didn't come through. But imagine having Dimebag and Dave Mustaine together in a band. These pens are a little bit cheap. Looks like it's going to run out, but it's only on the side, so it doesn't matter too much. If you want to see some more crazy art and you're on Instagram or Twitter, Matt Simon Arts, they've got some cool stuff like this. I drew a lot of these eyes, these kind of spermy things. They're just really easy to draw. Because my cartoon, on a guitar I've got like good level of technique, and I can express all sorts of things on guitar, but for my artwork hasn't progressed as much. So I tend to stick to these kind of goofy cartoon things. They look like Felix from Stray Kids. I don't know who that is, but maybe I'll just Google that. Is that a band? Let's have a look. Felix Stray Kids. Really? Oh no, Felix. Oh, that's from Korea. What? Stray Kids? Is that two different words? K-pop group. Yeah. So yeah, some Korea guys. God, I've got way too much beard for that. How long have I been playing guitar? 3 decades now, so just about got a handle on it. I remember like one of the first times I got a guitar, I went around to a friend's house of mine, and it took 2 of us to play a G power chord, which is a little bit embarrassing. I've since progressed a little bit more than that, but yeah, I remember viscerally how difficult it was to hold the strings down. This is not looking great. Oh, is that looking alright? Yeah. Yeah, just the power chord's supposed to be an easy version of a chord. He still plays a little bit, but yeah, I've got quite good now. Yeah, that's definitely a memory of being an absolute noob on the guitar. Couldn't even play a chord. Because the power chord is normally just like root 5th root, so it's either 2 notes or 3 notes, and we're trying to play all 6. I'm like, this is a bit more difficult. What am I drawing? Cartoons. I'm actually colouring in now. Don't worry, I'm not going to just colour in on stream, although if people do want that. Listen to the people. So this guitar is just a cheap one that I bought at local market. The Attention Seeker 4000. Yeah, Clifford Dover, not on this one. So basically I sprayed it silver, just a cheap kind of spray silver, and then drawn it with a marker pen, and it wraps around all the way, and it's even got like on the back, I think on the headstock as well. Yeah, so that is just a lot of sperms in there, so it looks fine. I remember, God, it was years ago, I just saw some guy on online, and he'd just drawn this like spider on his guitar, and it was like this cheap old battered acoustic one, and I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool, but it seemed a bit sacrilegious to do that. And then I did that as well. I've got another guitar which has got a praying mantis on it, because I was like, fuck it, why not? What music do I listen to? I love a lot of prog. So Symphony X is sick. The new, have you got good stories? Oh, I've got tons, man. Thanks. Yeah, I got some crazy stuff. I used to work on cruise ships, and that was like there's some really weird stuff that went on that. So yeah, so this one, it just purely for attention seeking. It's worked a little bit. I'm really interested by an artist called Escher, MC Escher. So he did lots of drawings. You can look them up where it was like tessellating, or there's like tiles fitting together. So it's like fish that all stick together, kind of like this, but they're all much more regular. And then there's one that's like fish going into birds. And he's got things like there's a famous drawing which is it's like an impossible staircase. So it looks like a room, looks like a dream where all the people are walking at different angles, and like gravity is all the way around. But yeah, I love the tessellation thing. But it's quite difficult to do that, although there's a method to work things out. And he said I'm much more in common with a mathematician than an artist. But this, yeah, so basically what I do is like draw one, and then try and see, it's like seeing pictures in clouds, like what's that? Okay, that'll be the side of a fish, and then what can I put here? This one is like a bit of a cheat, because I'm just like close off the entire area, like that'll do. And then there's like the kind of spiky Christmas tree type thing. This, I'll just colour the squares in. Yeah, there's sort of floating sperms on the back. They can just be different colour. So, has anyone got any questions they want to ask? I'm a professional teacher and guitarist, so someone asked me to look into a Gary Moore song yesterday, which was One Day. Here's a tip. So the chords go A minor and then E over G sharp, which you could play like this. But D over F sharp is a common one, so you just move this one up. That sounds good enough. So unfortunately it's G minor, and then D over F sharp. The most famous person you've met? Probably not that famous. I mean, in guitar circles, like I went to guitar college, and we got to see some really, really cool people there. Like we met John Petrucci from Dream Theater, and he was a really, really nice guy. What you find is like the more sort of not technically gifted, like, but the better musicians are, and up to like the world-class level, they're generally like pretty nice people, because they have to be humble enough to get there. Whereas if someone is just like some average, they're like, oh yeah, I'm really good, they're just a bit of a cock. We've played gigs with people, and like, the local band were just like useless, and they're like walking around like it was Wembley Stadium, they own the place. And then you meet people who are just like unbelievable, they're world class, and they're like, oh yeah, how's it going? There's a guitar player I know called Dimitri. He's a Greek guitarist, classical player. He's like unbelievable. He's played Albert Hall under his own name. He's played for the Pope, and incredible player, but like just really nice guy. I might have met some members of the royal family when I was a kid, because our school was near there, but no one that exciting, I guess. I think the most interesting famous people I've met would be like really high level musicians, because you can learn a lot from them. My guitar teacher, I got taught by Sean Baxter, who's one of the best in the world. You wouldn't know him unless you're into like really crazy guitar playing, but then he's mad. Oh, I met Megadeth. That was cool. So it was years ago. There was someone had an idea on the Megadeth forums, and she said, we're going to put a book together, I'll get it printed, so send a little story in, a picture of yourself, and then we'll make a physical book, post it to them. And this was like 20 years ago or something, and yeah, so that was cool. So I said, okay, cool, which one do you want to go to? And I was living in London at the time, so got there and then had this backstage pass, and then we met the band behind the like after the show. It was unbelievable, and I couldn't say much to Dave. I was like, okay, I've got a couple of questions. I know you do martial arts a lot. Are you worried about your hands? Breaking your hands? And he goes like, just use knees and elbows. Fair point. And then there was the Drover brothers in the band at the time, the drummer and the guitar player, and they looked really like, I couldn't didn't know who was who, so I just asked oh, what are your influences musically? And he's talking about his drummers. I'm like, that's his drummer. So yeah, Megadeth. That was really cool. Most famous people. Yeah, that was cool. I think you just have to sort of put yourself out there. I'm not there yet, but let's get the YouTube thing going and start doing some collabs with people. I mean, it's good to meet famous people if they're good at what they do. If they're good, famous for like a good reason. If someone's just like some influencer knob end, you're like, oh wow, or like, is it Bonnie Blue? Like she had sex with 1,000 people in a day. Like, great, it's not someone I'd want to meet. Although, she'd probably be quite a good conversation. Seems like she's up for a laugh, but you know, I'd rather meet people who are good at what they do rather than someone who's just famous, like for the hell of it. All right, is it time to do some more colouring? Let's see. This needs a bit of a dusting. Yeah, like pro level guitar. This one. I'll be the next Mr. Beast. Oh, I used to like him, but he's a bit of a psychopath. I think. Like, he did the Beast games recently on Amazon, so it's like the Hunger Games, but like it's a bit of a weird one. And there was like some lawsuits came out of it. Like people were treated really, really badly, and he's a bit like Mark Zuckerberg in that when he smiles, he looks like he's learned how to do it out of a book. Like Mr. Beast's smile is like the eyes that move, it's just like, it looks really weird. And like when Mark Zuckerberg smiles, he looks like an alien anyway. He might be. But yeah, definitely gone back on Mr. Beast. Not a fan, because he seems like a cool guy, but then some stories came out and it turns like he's a bit of a shit to work for as well. He's done amazingly well for himself, and like he studied YouTube really, really hard. Like when he was younger, he would get together with some mates online that have chats and like analyze stuff and like just studied it, and they became world class. So he's done really well for himself, but like I'm not going to blame Mr. Beast for like the dumbing down of society, because you can't really blame one person. But he's worked out a formula for his videos, which is just brain rot, because that gives the most views. Like there's a certain pacing on it. Like if you're watching a documentary on like, I don't know, the Spanish Civil War, like older people are going to watch that. It's going to be much more slow paced. But YouTube videos now have to you do this and this, blah 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 blah, and it has to be a cut like every 3 seconds or every 2 seconds. So then that becomes the norm, and then everything has to be like ADD level. But it is interesting how they run their business. Like they spend like 10 grand on a thumbnail because it matters, and it's just got to be the right thing, and it's done it down to a science. So he is very, very good at what he does, but apparently he is a bit of a psycho. So there is that. I'd rather have less views and not be. I mean, I look shit in photos, so you can ask anyone in my family. Like, I just don't take a good photo. But yeah, if you look at him smile, there's something really fake about that. So, although he's not materialistic, which is good. It just becomes a bit pointless at that level, doesn't it? I mean, you just buy whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference. But Andrew Tate seems to be getting that way. Like he's got enough money that he's just bored of everything. It's like, oh, cars don't give a shit, food don't give a shit. So it's like, well, there you go. Is there anything you want to hear on guitar? Any chords? Any songs? Any jazz? Anything weird? Or maybe like, give me a chord or an idea to riff on. Brown. I wasn't planning on doing any brown. Does it work? Not really. God, this looks like the shittest kids' TV show, doesn't it? Does that look alright on there? Maybe I have to fill this one in. It's dry as a non's crotch, is what they like to say in the UK, some parts. Right. What's the hardest song I can play? Probably the hardest thing is something I can't play. Things can be hard for a technical level. If you don't have the muscle memory, then it can be very difficult to play things that are new to you, or it's like a big stretch. Like this chord is quite a difficult one, which is It's worth it, but I couldn't chuck that in the middle of a song. What can be really hard is jazz and fusion, because if you're playing the blues, you're playing the same kind of notes. Hey, cheers, Moham Desop. Yeah, nice to see another person to Africa. So blues are quite easy because you're playing the same scales. Whereas you're playing jazz, you change key like this. Like every chord is a new key. So you'd be thinking like, I'm in A minor. So when you're learning scales and things, my guitar teacher gave this really good analogy. The scales are a pattern, like a map along the guitar, and when you want to bring up different things to play, it's like you've got different layers of this map and you're like bringing them up like a computer screen. So, but you've got to change so quickly and know how they all fit together, and that is really difficult. So jazz soloing, I'm not really a jazz player, so I've done some like kind of shitty, you could see Bob, yeah, speak to you later. Done some like kind of shitty jazz restaurant gigs, but not really a player. Yeah, so to our South African viewer, so this is pretty random. Just drew it with a Sharpie, and then I'm going to gradually colour it in, not all today, because that's slightly boring. Yeah, so just going to look a bit weird. You might have seen this one, because I've also got Praying Mantis on this guitar, because why not? I definitely recommend doing that. If you've got a cheap guitar that you're not too bothered about, and it might help you get noticed. And say there was like 4 or 5 guitar players at an open mic, and if you've got some crazy guitar, that's the picture they're going to print, isn't it? So yeah, good advice, just sacrilege on your guitars. What kind of stuff do you like listening to? Also, as it is my birthday today, I'm a bit older. Cheers to being alive for another year. Scotch whiskey. I like Highland whiskey, it's a bit smoother. Some of the really peaty ones are pretty savage. This is a chord I quite like at the moment, it's a B minor, so just a normal one like that. Take off the little finger, open the G string up. Very easy to play. And this is a tip for a really nice easy D chord. If you play a C chord in the normal way, move it along 2 frets. And it sounds really nice. C, D sus4. You get quite a nice vamp going there. Take off the 3rd finger and get a gorgeous E minor sound. So that is pretty nice. You can also bring that to F as well. 3 frets. To G. Probably one more. Alan Simmons, cheers, yeah. This is... Maybe I'll get some highlighters. I wonder if there's any highlighters in here. There's, in my box of pens. Fluoro accent, okay. So let's see where that goes. Let's chuck in a bit of yellow. Is it got any juice left in it? Yeah. Oh, nice highlighter. So... Oh, that's looking good. I know it's a little bit dingy and dark on the camera. Oh, nice. So if I could paint these in highlighter colours, that would look pretty badass. And I can't really get this wrong because it's supposed to look like a crazy mess anyway. So it's got one square that's like shining out bright than the other ones, but maybe that's the attention seeker. I mean, there are lots of people out online with the gimmick. which I think is fine as long as you can back it up. So if you're just like a guy who shouts while he's wearing a nappy or something, you know, it's like nobody cares. And then if you're good, well then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, but didn't you have to wear a nappy to get noticed? Yeah. But then obviously this is a bit of a gimmick, painting the guitars, but still looks pretty cool. So I mean, you can criticize it if you want, but then it's like, yes, I drew everything on it. It's a kind of improvised guitar. So I started with this one here, like this bird thing, and then got to sort of work outwards. So saying what shape could fit next to this. Put this on. Kind of cheated with this one because I just blocked off a whole area. But actually, let's put the yellow one there. That would be like really bright. I hope it's got enough juice in that to finish this section off. And also because my artwork isn't very technical, I just kind of do these weird cartoons. And if you're doing aliens and monsters, it looks a bit wonky and not really anatomical. You're just like, oh, that's what it looks like. It's an alien. So I can't really get it wrong. I say that now, but like, yeah. So it's kind of a win-win. And definitely liking these highlighters. What's that look like? Yeah, it looks much brighter than this. It looks a bit pale there. So, colour this in. I did have a few of these for sale. I can put up a shorts video tomorrow, just some other stuff from the past. I got BC Rich type thing and painted a cow skull on it. That was quite cool. That was years ago. Then zebra pattern is very easy to do. Because it's just zebra. I had a flying V and it was looked a bit shit, so I stripped it down to the wood and then I just used door paint, like, you know, thick white gloss, covered it and then did it on with just a pen and then a thin paintbrush with some black, and it looked really good. Oh, cheers, Alan. Yeah, again, like I said, you can't really go wrong with it because if you're drawing aliens, it's like, yeah, that's what it's like. It looks like this pen's running out. That's coming across to me. Look, nice contrast with the pink there. Trying to do it upside down. It's not like trying to write upside down, is it? It's not like I'm painting the Sistine Chapel here. So let's get that in. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put some more highlighters on this one. Yeah, cheers, Alan. Good to chat. Appreciate the words. And also, the benefit is that when I do more stuff online with this now, it's going to look even better. The more colourful it is. I can do a bit more of a zoomed out shot. See all the pretty colours. It's just about done. Don't want to get too much of the black in there. Nice. Reese is back. Alright, so that's, yeah, nice little spermy eyeball. What other colours I should do? There's not a huge amount of variety in this box. It's mostly blues, yellows and pinks. We've got any more highlighters? Bright highlighters. There's a dark purple. I've already got some purple. Put a pink on it. That works. Hopefully it's got enough juice left in it to finish that. Do I ever wear wigs? No, but I'm starting to go a little bit bald there, so maybe in the future. Although my current household budget, I don't think I could justify wig expenses. But it's a good question. Right, bit of pink. Will you wear wigs? I don't think I will. It just looks a bit sad, doesn't it, when someone's got like a really bad comb over, you know, and you just think like, you just got to admit to yourself, look, it's got to that point now. Just shave it off, you know. What the fuck is that? And like, if you've got slightly darker skin, you can definitely look good as a bald guy. White guys looking bald, it can look a bit pasty. Jason Statham does alright. Vin Diesel, I guess. But if you've got just a bit more tan and colour on the skin, it definitely looks better. Yeah, I've been thinking, like, will there come a time where it just like, because like Jude Law's got that real widow's peak, isn't he? It's like fucking moons of bald hair, and there comes a point where you've just got to say, look, fucking bald, just got to get it off. And then it helps if you have a beard, because then you don't look like a jelly baby. But yeah, something a lot of men have to deal with. I think just manning up. I think if you have a good body as well, you can be bald. Because then it's just like, oh yeah, I'm in good shape. But then if you're just like a fat, bald baby, no one's really into that. Well, some people are into it, aren't they? Have we got any requests? Anything you want to hear? Or ask me for some tips? Awesome guitar secrets. Is there something like you'd like to learn? Or something you struggle with? Or something that you can maybe impress someone else with? Poscas. Oh, they're the pens, aren't they? I've heard about them. There's someone I follow on Facebook called Jennifer Armstrong. You look her up, and she does really cool designs, and she uses those. She said they're pretty good. This is clearly a budget version, you know, I've just got like some felt tips, but I guess, yeah, with those, it's how about how you prime it. So this was just primed silver, and then colour will go onto that quite easily. I don't know if they work on black. They're generally quite bright colours, aren't they? Maybe send them an email, ask them if it needs to be primed. What kind of designs are you going to do on the guitar? Is it going to be some crazy stuff or something a bit more subdued? Or is it going to be some mad voodoo shit? Is that cool? It's like patchwork quilts. I mean, this does look like a child's coloured it in, but it is unique. No one else in the world has one that looks like this exactly, so that's always good. Hey buds, Matthew, nice to see you. While you're here, so I had a look at that Gary Moore song for you. Let me just put up the chords. None of the chords online are correct. So what I'll do is didn't get around to today because it is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Oh, whiskey. But yeah, I'll put the video up, but there's the third chord was always wrong in the transcription. So it's A minor. And there's D over F sharp, but move that up for the E over G sharp. I put this in a video, so the chords are A minor, E over G sharp, G minor, D over F sharp, D6, F6, A minor, B7, D minor. Cheers, Martha Morgan. Patterns or some type of random shit. Yeah. Again, you can't really go wrong with that, because if you wanted to you just say that this is exactly what I wanted it to look like, and then who's going to argue with that? They'll like it or they won't give a shit. Is there any artists that you are inspired by, or any ones online that are cool? Anyone maybe I should check out? I think I need a red on this. Do you like Salvador Dali? He is amazing. He did all the melting clocks, that kind of stuff. And what is amazing is how small a lot of those are. I went to a art museum in Germany. I was there visiting with my then girlfriend, and some of them are like really small, and like some of the Da Vinci stuff, it's like tiny, like incredible detail. I'm having a beer. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I'll have some later. So, what time is it in South Africa right now? Is it? I guess you finished work. And I'll definitely put that video up for you tomorrow. One Day by Gary Moore. Is it the same chords for the verse? So the Say Goodbye, D minor. Let's see. Quite simple. Gabe Owners. No, I do not. Is there a song you'd recommend me to check out? I'll go for night time. Oh, so you're only 2 hours ahead of us. It's not too far on the lateral longitude is the long one, isn't it? It's not too far off Greenwich Mean Time. Getting all geographical. Yeah, so it's going to be orange. What I can do when I get some a bit more viewers, I've got some pick guards that I'm painting, and I can do a giveaway on one of those, which will be pretty good. It looks a bit like this kind of random shit. And yeah, it'd be cool to do some competitions and do a giveaway on that. I just see someone else like holding some stuff that I've drawn on. Strings a little bit tight. Let's get this done. Is there any songs that hey Ava, good to see you. What kind of stuff do you like to play? And is there anything that you're struggling with that I could maybe help with? I'm not assuming that you're bad at guitar at all. Sorry if it came off that way, but can dispense advice or secret tips and tricks, or maybe show you a new chord that you haven't done before. But yeah, thanks for checking in. What can I do here? Oh, maybe a black one. Let's put some more pink on that. Absolutely thrilling. So Ava, do you have any videos on your channel that I could have a look at? Anything you'd recommend? If you've got tons and tons of them. Also, if anyone's up for doing a collaboration, or because at the moment I'm not making like crazy money on this. Cheers. But if I can like send you a sample of something you're writing for, or maybe like do a guest piece of guitar playing on one of your tracks for your videos. That offer will not be available long term, but if you want to maybe get in touch earlier rather than later, it'd be cool to do that. You tried Jack Johnson banana pancakes. I'm not a big fan of Jack Johnson. I find the stuff like quite not boring, but like a bit safe. Because I like stuff that's got like a bit of excitement to it, and he's kind of like going. It's very acoustic, you know. Like I see why people like it, but just like it seems very like do 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 do, like, very nice. So I'm like, oh, I want some like dirt in there, like some. I mean, that's the Megadeth song. So for me, there wasn't enough interest musically or lyrically to find something really like dirty or interesting. So yeah, obviously nothing against other people liking him. That's not what I'm about. But yeah, was there anything good about the song, or you like the chords? I could look it up. Let's have a look at what the chords are. So Jack Johnson, banana pancakes. I do like banana pancakes though, actually. It's a good way to use the brown ones that are left. Banana pancakes. Is that a recent one that you did? I'm on Ultimate Guitar, which is pretty good. Chords. Oh, it's got tab. Okay. Let's have a look. You lost all your picks. That's another reason to play with your fingers. If they do fall on the guitar, like shaking it out, you'll be there all day. So best thing to do, get some blue tack or some putty or Play-Doh, something sticky or bubblegum on a pencil, and then stick it in and pull it out. What picks to use? I like to use JS3s. These are the king of picks. They are very small and very pointy, which is great if you're playing like really intricate stuff. Not as good for funk things. If you're strumming, you maybe want to use a more flexible one because these are really stiff. But for like proper metal stuff, like excellent. Although I can play most things with it. But for arpeggiated things like that, I prefer to do that. Even when I was playing with my band, we do like, it was basically like rock and metal stuff, but if it was arpeggiated things like this, I'd yeah, just put the pick on my mouth and play like that because I just prefer to play like that. I remember when I was a kid, there was a few, like 2 guitar shops in town, or one that was like a music store, and they sold sheet music and like classical stuff. And you'd go in, and there'd be like a little old lady there, and they'd have picks like in a box, like a selection box, and you'd pick them out. Okay, I want this one, and they're like, it was like almost like this ritual thing. It was like, this one, like, oh yes, very good, and one of those, oh yes. They give you like a little paper bag, and then like fold up, like, oh there you go. And it seemed like this very like precious, sacred thing. It was good memories. Nice old lady, she's probably dead now, but but it is circle of life. Hey Spike, not too bad. I thought I'd be over the flu by now, but I'm having a whiskey. It's been about a week and 2 days now I've had that. I feel like crap last week. A bit better now, but I will be doing some more singing on these streams, but I can't sing at the moment because it just sounds pretty bad. Although sometimes you can take advantage of that. One time I was really sick and my voice was really low. So what I did was recorded some low notes in, just some like, oh, like just much lower than that, and then had those as samples. So when I was layering up some vocals, I had some like really, really low ones. So that helped. Do you have any apps you can video call on? I will be doing some guitar lessons. Those are the best picks. Yeah, they are. These are killers. Although the John Petrucci ones are amazing as well, because he used these for a long time. And he said in an interview, like, he would try the ones, kept coming back to them, and he was just like, this is the best one, because the red ones are a little bit more bendy, and the black ones think a little bit stiffer. But his John Petrucci ones, they're a little bit bigger, black, super smooth on the end, and they are killer. They're slightly bigger, so you can put a bit more force into them, and they are amazing. Got Drinkler, some play Fortnite Monopoly. When was that? Can't remember that. But that probably was. Let me remember when that was. A couple of years ago. It was did we play that? The Fortnite Monopoly, just random shit on this stream now. It's quite good. So you go around the board and you can like shoot people and pick up weapons and stuff. So it's pretty funny. Like, you don't necessarily collecting all your stuff, you're just trying not to die. Rand to GBP. How many is there? 0.45 pence, so 50. Let's try that one then. 2 rounds. 22 rand the GB pound, so 50. Oh, let's go the other way then. I was there a while back, but it's probably the rate's changed. So 50 rand is £2. Oh, 50 a set. Okay, 10 a set. Yeah, that's cool. So these are you pay like £6, and you get. Yeah, so these are about £1 each, so just over $1. So that would be 100. How much is 200? No, 150. Yeah, so these are about 150 rand for 6 of those. So yeah, got it. Coolly. So yeah, that works out. I mean, it's about £1 each, but like they're worth it rather than getting like some super cheap ones. Although they've got some really interesting ones on Amazon. There's I've got some here actually. I've tried out some different ones. I've got a wooden one. Is it in my drawer? Yeah. So what I've got here, like this wooden one, is a bit less clicky than another one. So the John Petrucci, oh, they're just a regular black Jazz 3. Yeah, the bigger floppy ones, like I'm not too much of a fan. They're a bit too bright for, but if you want to play that kind of thing. And then I've got some other ones. Just this looks cool as fuck. It's got like flaming skeleton on it, so nice. You can get felt ones as well. Hey Lucy, good to see you. The felt ones are used for ukulele, which is a bit weird, but yeah, I prefer the slightly warmer sounds on a just with the fingers. Favorite band at the moment was Megadeth for a long time, and they've just put out a new album, which is pretty cool. Symphony X as well. If you don't know Symphony X, they are incredible. Sick guitar, sick vocals. The whole band is sick. I saw them in London a few years back, and they are incredible. So check out a song called Inferno. It's got a really cool riff to start with. Start the album off. And it's just like absolutely fire all the way through. The singing is incredible. They've got an album called V5 in Roman. It's about Atlantis. So the people from Atlantis, their place got destroyed and they went to Egypt, took all their knowledge there, like incredible. Also like Dream Theater, Megadeth for a long time. The Wild Hearts as well. They are great bands from the UK. They're based in Newcastle. They've got an album called Fuck, which is PHUQ, and that is amazing. It's a really cool rock album. I want to go where the people go. They've got some incredible songs. Hey JC, good to see you back. I'm just talking random shit today. So, how am I going to finish this off? I think maybe another green one in here. Everyone else, put your favourite bands in the chat. What kind of stuff do you like listening to? Is there any guitarists you really like or really don't like? Where do you get the picks from? Amazon. It's just easier. I think I bought these on eBay because they were just like a little bit cheaper than Amazon. Just whatever. I mean, if you've got Prime, it's fine. But yeah, there's shops in town, but then it means I have to drive in there, and it's like £3 for parking. So then that's already like half a pack of picks on itself. So might as well just wait a day, get it delivered. Just do the lazy thing. You can get packs of like 24, 25, although that did last me ages, and you will lose them. So it is good to buy a big pack, and I put some in the guitar case, put some in the drawer, put some on the desk, some in the pockets, and then yeah, then you've just got them all around. This guitar, I can't even remember what make it was. Oh, it says Special Edition Classic in the middle. This was just, where's the lid one? Just a cheap one I bought at a market store, and probably paid like £5 or £10 for it. And then I sprayed it silver, drew on it, and then made it look a bit weird, just so people will click on the videos. And I've got another one which has a Brer Mantis on it because someone did a spider on a guitar, so I was like, yeah, I can beat that. My new kind of style of insects. My cartoon style is not that sophisticated, so just finish this one off. This is about as technical as it gets, although on a computer I can do much more shading and gradients because that's easy. But yeah, it's just a cheap nylon string guitar that I've drawn on, and it's crying out to the world to be looked at. Oh my god, that's dry, it's scratching the silver off. You can go in a bin. Don't really using a grey, dark blue. What colour is this going to be? Just random colours. I don't even know. I'm just making it up as I go along. Oh, that's a nice blue. There we go. And then this final one. Yeah, trying to not have any adjacent colours at the same, but they've kind of boxed that in. So another pink. I mean, the pink works quite well. Yeah, okay, let's put the pink. There's a bit of pink left in the pen, so oh, it looks like it's the end of the pen now. Not as easy with the strings on it, but you know. What else? Has anyone got any unusual questions they want to ask? Doesn't even have to be guitar related. Talk about aliens or conspiracy theories. I was just randomly researching maglev trains last night. Just a question in the house. And obviously, like, maglev is amazing because the train sits on electromagnets and goes super fast. And it's France has a TGV, which is train de grande vitesse, which just means really fast train. And they sit on rails and they're pretty fast, but they've got a big network. But with the maglev, Japan's got a lot of those, and then they're looking at doing those underground. So it'd be a tunnel, which is almost a vacuum. So it takes away the air resistance, so it can go super fast. And they're looking at 300 miles an hour, like crazy stuff like that. But then there's some safety issues with that, because if it crashes or it's emergency stop, you've got to slow down from like being fast on the plane. And also, if you're in a vacuum tunnel, where the passengers go. So you'd have to have like service tunnels in the middle, and then section off the tunnel so you can like repressurize part of the tunnels, get the people out. Bit of technical issue that I'm not going to be worried about too much. Right, so that's a bit of painting. Right, what can I do for this one? Sort of yellow there. Take a gamble on the green. See if it's got enough wetness in it. No, it's looking a bit dry. Probably this fat one. Yeah, it's looking nice. Right, get this guy going. So you guys got any questions or comments on any of the videos I've done? I've got technically 333 now. Some of those are just shorts and garbage, but anything you want to ask or comment on? Anything needs clarification? Or any requests of stuff I can do? I won't be like covering songs like a Jack Johnson or something, but if there's any techniques or any like crazy chords or any aspects of music maybe you want to learn something about, let me know, because that'll help me out as well, because instead of me having to think about what to do, if there's like something you want to look at, then at least it serves one person. Yeah, this is definitely going to need a second coat. Oh, it goes all the way up here. Oh shit, is it this same piece as this? Cheers, Corn. Yeah, so hand drawn. It was a cheap guitar that is sprayed silver, and now I'm just colouring it in with pens. Don't want to get too technical or overthink it too much. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to go over that bit. Shall I? What do you reckon? Shall I go all green or have a separation in those two? Psychedelic. Yeah, cheers, Freddie. Yeah, this definitely looks like it has been inspired by drugs, although no drugs were taken when I did it. So that is a guarantee. can take that to the bank. It does look a bit weird, doesn't it? So apparently, like, yeah, all those 60s, you know, the crazy artwork on Vans and like clothes and tie-dye clothes is because apparently people were just taking acid and they'd be like seeing like crazy colours, and then they were just trying to draw what they saw. You have a great hairline, yeah, cheers, mate. I guess better than Vin Diesel's, but maybe not as good as, I don't know, Chris Hemsworth. So it's a medium one. It's getting further back now. Like my dad's still about the same amount, so I'm banking on that, or I should just like maybe use a brown one, like colour it in on the sides a bit. Alien, yeah, it definitely looks alien guitar, doesn't it? I haven't drawn a line on it, so I guess I'll just colour this in green. Actually, I mean, these pens work better than some of the paints. They're not permanent markers, so like, that's a pen, isn't it? Sharpies do work quite well. I've got one somewhere. Because it'll be a bit more permanent, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. Hypnotic Melodies, yeah. Oh god, there's a band I saw on there, Mental. They're called something Alien DNA or DNA, and it just sounded like they were like taking like stupid amounts of drugs. But it's quite an interesting setup. They're at a festival, and the singer had a talk box, so you know, for Living on a Prayer, like that, whoa, whoa, that kind of sound. He had that, and he was just like talking some random garbage through that, and it was absolutely drug music. But Bill Hicks, he said, got to check out Bill Hicks if you don't know Bill Hicks. He's like, yeah, if you're against drugs, just take all your records that you like and just burn them. Because all the musicians that wrote those, they were really fucking high, and they were like, the Beatles, Octopus's Garden, and they were like, come on. And yeah, Lucy in the Sky Diamonds, that's LSD, and they claimed it wasn't, but like, come on guys. But yeah, there's definitely a clear difference from the early Beatles stuff, which was like, you know, like early rock and roll stuff. They went to India, did some meditation, and they've clearly been doing like crazy amounts of drugs. And I mean, look at the cover of Sgt. Pepper, it's like really brightly coloured, so cool. But yeah, shoegaze was something I never really got into. It's more kind of like an indie style, isn't it? The couple of guitars I sprayed them and just didn't even take the strings off, so they've got some like paint on the strings, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think you could hear the difference on recording, or especially not through a phone. So Freddie, is that you into shoegaze stuff? Is that what you like? This looks like a bit of a weird frog. So painting this on stream is a bit of a kind of cheat, because it looks better and it needs to be painted or coloured, but then I can actually get some content out of it, and then next time I use it, it's got more colour. So yeah, it's looking not too bad. So it's got the silver primer on it. It looks a bit metallic as well. Shoegaze and Dream Pop. How long does one guitar take to customise? It does take me ages to colour in. Spraying it, so I took the strings off so I didn't get the strings covered in paint. Takes about 10 minutes, and then I took the bridge off there, saddle, and then spray it. I mean, take a couple of hours for it to dry and stuff, and then it took, honestly, probably less than an hour to draw it, because I'm just going to make some stuff up, and then it's the colouring that's the longest phase by far. And then like, got this here on the back, so I've got all that to paint in. I've got to make sure that, or maybe if it's going to be universal colour or just like random colours, so the background is like looking crazy. So but that's not as much of a priority because people don't generally see that, although it can be sick if you're like, yeah, check this out, like, oh, actually on the back as well. Because this guitar, it's got this on the front, but then on the back, it's got some random shit. That didn't take me very long to do, and it's like, no one's going to see that, really. But then if you swap it around, you're just like, check it out, motherfuckers. Yeah, so it's just a kind of comedy thing. It's just there. And then I've got, I don't know if you've seen the electrics. So I've got 3 electrics that painted crazy. So this one, I painted the end, and then I painted the fish. So this one took a lot longer to paint. So I sprayed it. I think, look at it. I think it's, yeah, sprayed it bright green, and I went to a just an art store. So these are like sort of graffiti type spray cans, those kind of things. So did the green on that, then drew it on with a pen and filled in the black just by hand. So that is the fish one, and there's 2 more. This one is not seen much. This is the the flame one. So again, with this, I want to paint the back, so it almost looks like it's kind of missing. So that's why I painted it black. So if you're wearing black, it looks like it's shaped the guitar. Didn't do any flames on that one. And then my proper guitar. So I painted the yeah, just get the pens, like fucking do it. Like Gary V, he'd be like, fucking do it, fucking get the pens. So this one is my main glass. This is Ibanez Steve Vai Gem, and it looks cool. I painted that about 10 years ago. Some of the varnish is starting to go a bit yellowed. I think you can see around here the colouring on that. So, but that's my main guitar. I've done loads of gigs with this, and it looks cool, but attention seeking as well. But then you have to play that well, because if you've got a guitar that looks like that and you're playing it like average, you're going to look like a dick. So very important that you match the vibe of your guitar. So this one, like, you could do anything really on it. I guess I could just rock up and then play like, but then if I had this and then played like it doesn't quite work, you know. People think like, they see this, they're expecting something crazy to happen, and you're like, if you're just giving them some GNC. Yeah, sure, I know Korn and Slipknot. Not huge into new metal, but I saw Slipknot at a festival, Reading, years ago, and they were incredible. Mosh Pit was like throwing bins around, and amazing energy on stage. Definitely one of the best bands that day. So I think Metallica headlined, so like they were the winners, but it was awesome. So yeah, a lot of respect for Slipknot. Oh, cheers, dude. Yeah, I think as well. Definitely recommend this, because like, this is a cheap guitar. It's got cheaper strings on it. It works well because I can play reasonably, but what's the worst that's going to happen? If that looked like a mess, you could just strip it down anyway. But then if it looks a bit mad, then you're like, it looks pretty cool, and then people are like, yeah. I've got these like sperms going like all the way around the back. So is that some slime? Oh no, that's the back of this guy. Yeah, and it goes like all the way around the body. Not on the back of the neck, because you could do it, but then you probably like start wiring it away, get some stuff on your hands. But then, yeah, get the right angle. Some more sperms, eye sperms, because why not? This is looking much better now. So this needs to be painted. What colour do you reckon I should do this one? I seem to have a lot of blue, yellows and pinks. Another highlighter. Oh, that's starting to go down a bit. Let's touch this up a little bit. This is like the least technical art ever. Yeah, definitely put some more highlighters in that. It's pretty cool. Any more comments? Write in the comments, what colour do you reckon these bits should be? I think some blue should be here. Maybe this will be blue. A darker blue. Slipknot mostly died now. Well, Paul died a long time ago, didn't he? Are the rest of the band all right now? What's Corey doing? So he's got his solo project, Stone Tower, and he's done some acoustic stuff, hasn't he? But I didn't know he dies. Or do you mean died is not the members died, but just like the momentum of it? It's not, they're not really doing much. Is that what you mean? Let's try this. Golden purple. Yeah. What I would recommend for doing this, it's not so much bad on the back, but then if you've got these pens are gonna rub off. So if I was playing within a white shirt, which I'm not really going to, that might stain on the shirt, so maybe gloss varnish after that, because the electric guitars I painted, I sprayed some gloss on that because I really wanted to keep that finish. So, oh, that's really thin. It's going to take forever. Is there felt pens? Is there a fatter one? Different colour, forget. The benefit as well is like you guys are not looking like really close up. If you were like in the room with me, it looks like right close, like oh, it looks a bit messy, but like from a distance, it's fine. It's blending quite well. I found like acrylic paints go quite badly on this as well. So so like artist paints, like this kind of thing, they're quite thin. A bit watery because they're generally designed for canvas and thick paper, so the paper will absorb some of that moisture and they blend quite well. But for something like this, you need a much more opacity, so not as good. Go boxing, oh nice. That must keep you in pretty good shape, and imagine it's pretty good for your mental health as well, so nice. Yeah, it's always good to do some martial arts and some solo exercise. How long have you been doing the boxing? Are you pretty good at that right now? And what did you think of the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua thing? Like, what the fuck was that? Although they made a packet on that, didn't they? Just about the money, wasn't it? He's basically just paying people to make him look good. Oh, damn it. It's the wrong blue. Is that a local gym you go to or a boxing club? Like, how long have you been doing that? Have you watched Tony Jeffries on YouTube? He seems to be pretty good. Seems to know what he's talking about. Although I'm not a boxing expert by any means. And did you see the Andrew Tate match? What do you think of that? He went in as a boxer, didn't he? But he's a kickboxer, so that immediately removes a lot of his skills. Obviously, you can't kick in a boxing much. How's that looking? Yeah, that blue's looking pretty good. Yeah, so I heard about that. The tongue, that was a signal, wasn't it? Wasn't it a signal to like calm it down, or like you're kicking my ass, like, and then AJ like knocked him out after that, which really shocked him. And so I didn't see the contracts, but apparently, yeah. So it was like knock me down later. So he was like surprised to be like absolutely smashed earlier. But to be fair, I mean, I know AJ was going easy on him earlier, but he still did fairly well to stand up to that, because like Anthony Joshua's like, he doesn't fuck around, does he? He's a big lad, world class boxer. And yeah, it looks like he did bust the script. It just smacked him, which is what you'd want. Yeah, going off script, yeah, definitely. So that was a signal, wasn't it? Like, chill out, you're doing it wrong. And he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna smash you. But yeah, but then Anthony Joshua's friends died in a car crash, didn't they? Like almost straight after that. There's some conspiracy theories about like all the top celebrities in sport and movies and things are part of that like secret club, but then this kind of satanic thing, so you have to sacrifice someone close to you. So you have to like basically sacrifice his closest friends, who was like his trainer and his, well, a couple of really close mates. That's the story anyway. Not that I'm going to be moving in those circles anytime soon, but yeah. Obviously, yeah, Mike Tyson was biting the gloves to stop ripping him to pieces, which is a shame. But yeah, it's sad that he did that, but then he got paid like 30 million or 50 million for that. So, I mean, I can't box, but I'd get in the ring with him for 50 million. So, and Anthony Joshua still had about 50 million out of that. So, or 33 million, which is a Freemasonry number apparently. So, yeah, it's kind of sucks that's around. But apparently, a lot of the American football stuff's really fixed as well. There's a guy who tweeted recently who was like, hate it. We have these scripts to follow and the kind of plays that we have to do. And he was silenced. So yeah, if you follow the money, that shows who would profit the most from doing that, and then that's generally what's going on. I guess maybe tennis is less open to match fixing, or there must be that as well. There's a book called there's something Secret Footballer. There's a guy who he played for Reading Town, so it's like British football, not American football, and he was talking about the industry, and he goes, "Oh, there's lots of fake stuff, and like some people, because you think football, like you can't really fake that. Like you'd have to be still one of the best people around to even get in the team, but then." Apparently, he said, "Oh, there's lots of match fixing, or people who are like these like jobbing footballers. They're not the best, or they'll just like whichever club pays them to transfer, they'll do that for the money." You're like, fair enough, because there's people who just like transfer to a different club and just sit on the bench the whole season and still get paid shitloads, and they're not really good footballers. Like they must be like fairly good, like good enough to be like on the pro list, you know. But then if you're being offered a stupid amount to not even play, you'd be like, because if you know you're not going to get to Beckham level, and you're like, well. I'm still getting paid shitloads and I don't even have to do anything apart from training. You'd be like, why not? Do you sell the guitars? I have sold some of these for a disappointingly tiny amount. So, what country are you in? Because the shipping could be prohibitive, but possibly you could do one. It has to be wrapped pretty well as well, because with an electric guitar you can take the neck off and it's much easier to post that. It's probably not going to get broken, but something like this is just going to get wrecked. Yeah, possibly. I mean, if people are entertained enough for me just colouring these in, I can just do it on stream. But then this will take. Oh, UK, okay. And Corn, yeah. Which part are you in? So, yeah, I tried to send them, but like no one was interested. Like, just didn't get anywhere near like what would be worth a good hourly rate for doing it. Probably this Jennifer Armstrong that I see on Facebook, she does fairly well. Although it sounds like a profit margin is quite small. She probably needs to charge more. Yeah, that blue's looking much better now. Is it quite cold in Glasgow recently? Oh, Glasgow. Bob O'Donnell, the man, the legend. What time is it in Australia? Depends what side, doesn't it? Because Perth is 8 or 9 hours ahead of UK, and on the other side, like Sydney, is about 12 hours. Yeah, got a bit more colours on that. Maybe some of this has got to be pink. And then what's this going to be? So maybe that could be a yellow. So the pink is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Divided by Walls. Now that is a good name. I'm in the UK. I'm in Nottingham. Actually not the home of Robin Hood. Because I live in the forests, and he was just north of Nottingham. But apparently Sherwood Forest, which is in the top part of the city, the north. Some of that is technically South Yorkshire. So he was technically a Yorkshireman, and he was from Loxley, but then also Lincoln is Lincolnshire. So none of that is actually Nottinghamshire. Near Nottingham, there's a house called Wollaston House. So it's like this big stately home, and it was used for loads of films, but like one of the Batman's films is like what's his Wayne Manor? Is that what his house is called? It's used as one of the set pieces for that. And then hilariously, there's a little village nearby here called Gotham, but it's spelled Gotham. But apparently locals pronounce it Gotham. But so you got like the Batman's house and then like Gotham village. I've never been. Apparently it's quite a nice little village. So there's a good car boot sale there, but nothing really of note. It's near the big power station that's just closed down. I'm sure it's nice if you live there. Like, I'm not knocking it. But, shit, this pink's running out. Oh, I sound like Australia now. Australia's like, nah, mate. And they swear a lot, because the people think like British people swear, but Australia's like crazy. Cool people though, they're generally quite chilled out. It can be quite expensive to live in Australia, like places like Brisbane and Sydney. But it's a really cool place to be. It's really bright there. Like I'm not sure if the whole of the ozone layer was there, but I was there a few years ago, and it just was like not just sunny, but like really bright. Kind of like had to look everywhere. But yeah, cool people, good weather, lethal wildlife, like octopuses and shit that kill you. Those are sharks. You do get some sharks around the UK, but they're rare. Obviously, just go somewhere nicer in the sea. Yes, some good, but maybe a limited colour palette. Although I don't think the like browns and things would go too well on this. Although I've done some crazy artwork on online. So if you look at Matt Simon Art on Twitter, they've got some stuff on there. I've done some NFTs as well. But I've done some big Escher pieces that look really, really cool. So it's like this, but like a really detailed like A3 size, and that looks pretty badass. Got some smaller ones, like some stuff I drew like 20 years ago that I've recolored. So it's just easy to colour stuff in on a computer, get some really nice gradients and stuff. I'm just obviously doing this like a child. Pens. This probably take a week or two. Well, yeah, I think you're right on that. It generally looks like pink, blue, green, and yellow, doesn't it? I guess maybe that's going to be. Maybe the gods have decided that's what the theme is going to be. I don't want to use grey and browns. Brown, there's a bit of brown there. Just looks a bit kind of dull, doesn't it? All the browns. This pink swirly finished. Yeah, apparently those Posca pens are pretty good, although no desire to buy any of them yet. Just run these down. Right, let's put a pink. Maybe a bit more highlighter, some yellow on that. I was going to ask Carl what everyone's plans for the weekend, but it's only Tuesday, so it's my birthday today, so I'm going to have some beers in a couple of hours. But that's all right when you're self-employed. There's obviously a lot of bad things about being self-employed, I can tell you that, for free. Yeah, just heading out. You need more pens? Yeah, there's got this box, but I don't know how long they're going to last. And some other ones that disappeared. I'm just picking up some random ones. Really like these highlighters though. I need to get that green highlighter. The pink looks a bit scrappy close up, but it looks alright on the stream there, doesn't it? So yeah, I definitely recommend doing this if you're in the... Obviously everyone's financial situation is different, but if you can pick up a really cheap guitar, spray it and paint it. I mean, you could spray it white, just get like the cheapest white spray, get some pens, just go at it, and then it looks cool. Cheers for checking in, Reese. We'll catch up on another one. Appreciate you checking in. What's quite good is the black lines are dried, so you know when you're colouring in. God, how old am I? Oh, you know when you're colouring in. If you with pens, I don't even see on that. It starts to get a bit dark on the tip. Just the tip. You don't want to taint it with the black, so get as close to the line as possible without dirtying it. Although there's some other pens. So I'll do the front of this, or enough that's like normally visible, and then when more is done, I can do more of a pulled out camera angle. Gotta work on the pull out game. Right. That's done. Roll, hey, cheers. Cheers checking in. Yeah, this is a bit mad. Do you guys want to hear some guitar playing or just watch me do some more of the colouring? Do let me know. I'll check this in proper daylight as well. It looks like fairly close, like fairly good now. So this is about 2 hours of 2 hours of colouring already. I mean, guess I could from Visit Some Friends just like hand it some kids with the pens and just outsource the labour and just like, all right, kids, just stay in the lines, but then just go nuts on it, and then whatever they do would be cool because, you know, it doesn't really matter, does it? I've got another one in the cupboard actually. Can maybe do that on stream, and then yeah, send that one out. So Raoul, which part of the world are you in? Are they Nylon Strings? Please play Killia by Kingfisher. Kingfisher, is that the Kingfish, the blues guy, or was that a different band? Killia, is that something Irish? It's not words that I recognised. Kingfisher. It is Irish. It's not something I know. Do I know Eminem? Yes. He's a rapper, so I don't listen to a lot of his music. But what's the that's quite an easy one to play. No balls. Is that a song, or you just saying I've got no balls? I don't know. So D string, open, G string fret 2, G string fret 3. Quite an easy one to play there. So I wrote a song a long time ago called Seven Sins in B minor. That song is Lose Yourself. Okay. Linger by the Cranberries. I had to let it linger. Cranberries, they're easy to play. Like the Zombie one is, you can do most of that with a couple of fingers. E minor, just one finger. Move up one fret. C major 7, and then G. You can then cheat, just move down to there. It just kind of works. If you want like a super easy song, maybe I'll put that in a lesson. There's some harmonics, isn't there? Or those are just what I did. I like the lyrics for that song. The idea of the lyrics, I got it because Zombie, it's like someone who's like just brainlessly following along what's going on, but like, and so the song is like this plodding like, but then I've played it a lot in cover bands, and it's like, I found it a little bit boring because there's not much going on. What's my favourite thing to play? Some shreds. Rick Graham at the moment. What a beast. Maybe pick up the electric in a bit. But so it's the Sting riff that I'm learning at the moment. Riff. So Dominic Miller is the guitar player for Sting, and he did "Shape of My Heart." Really, really good. Hannah, yeah, 18 Slay, yeah, nicely playing. Thanks for checking in. So he's got a really cool song called Harmony Road, which is really worth checking out. It's in a really weird count. Every bar has 5 notes in it. See you soon, Hannah. So that is really, really cool. It's really difficult, but it's really weird. It sounds quite polyphia, like very modern. Took me a while to learn that one. And cheers, Hannah. Who taught me? I've some self-taught, but I went to Guitar Institute in London. So I literally did a degree in guitar, which is amazing. So Sean Baxter, world class. Marty Golding, world class. Trevor Griffith, who plays and just left Haken. Yeah, so they taught me and some other teachers at school. So absolute killers. Because I think I'm quite good, but like they are absolute murderers. So whatever I'm doing is like child level compared to what they can. But yeah, this song Harmony Road, I'll put a short. That's difficult. Really nice guitar part, and so he would have written that and then brought it to Sting. It's like, okay, cool. Here's the chords. Just sing over it, and they love all that old time Scissors stuff. So, yeah, cheers, Raul Nikolai. Which part of the world are you from? Is that a East European name, or somewhere in Iberia maybe? So it's really good to push yourself because that is difficult. And what's weird is it's got 5 notes, so I often use thumb and then the 4 fingers in that pattern, but then the little finger is a bit weak, so I started changing, so I just use thumb and then thumb again. Cheers, Bob. There's a shorts video called, this is you, Bob, called Super Speed or Insane Speed. Check that out. And Inferno, because I play that really well. So this is like not crazy, difficult, but there is some stuff on the channel that is mental. Appreciate that. So that's only the part of the verse. I need to learn the rest of the song. Hey Hannah, yes, I'm from England. Born in London, currently in Nottingham. Sunny Nottingham. It's just been grey for about the last month. Yeah, Bob, I think you're going to be a bit shocked on that because there's a run that's really fast, but it's that basically, or it's a pattern I've been playing for a long time, so it's really familiar for me, and so I can play it really, really fast. Kildare Island. I haven't been to Ireland properly. I'd really like to go, and I've been to Belfast. Went to the Titanic Museum, which is interesting because we worked on a cruise ship, so seeing how that stuff happened. But I do like Guinness and stouts and things, so I'd love to go to Dublin. I know there's very touristy some of the parts there, but I'd love to go and have some of that, and some Murphy's and some Beamish, like proper Irish beers in actual Ireland. So yeah, would love to go there, but obviously money's an issue. God, there's a million places I'd like to go. Bob's just going to have his mind blown when he checks that video. It's a nice one. So Hannah, did you say you play as well? What kind of stuff do you play? I was playing some stuff yesterday, which is a weird classical influence piece, which is quite cool. I used to teach in a school, and I got the violin teacher to play some violin parts and layered those up, and they sounded beautiful. And then I played some weird guitar parts, then had some cello part underneath, because I wanted to make sure like no artificial instruments. It's got to be I've got a new guitar with melt strings and Molescence. Pop rock, yes. Cool. If there's any questions you have, do let me know. I won't charge you a penny for it. So, yeah, the melt strings are cool. Often melt string guitars are thinner necks, which makes them a bit easier to play. So they're harder to push the strings down, but it's easy on this dimension. Yeah, it was fast. I surprised myself doing that as well, because I've played that a lot. And there's some of these shapes are very familiar to me, like this little phrase, which is very comfortable for my fingers and they don't move much. So I played it like top speed and I'm like, oh shit, that is pretty fast. Because if you can get that efficiency down, so you're moving the fingers a very small amount, you'll find naturally if you're playing faster, your fingers will need to move less. And I do notice when some people play like fingers like flying up. I was taught, yeah, like keep it like really tight in there because any movement coming out is wasted movement. But then when it gets very efficient, you don't want to move too much anyway. Yeah, and this Rick Graham Joker, God, what a legend. His playing is super efficient. He's just like, but there's a guy called Roy Marchbank. I think you can find him on YouTube and Instagram, and like he's like robot speed. You just see his hand, and it's just like doing a and it's like so like this kind of speed, like he's like doing double that, and it's just like it sounds a bit shit, but like speed is ridiculous, and there are some people who can do that, and it's interesting. There's an exercise. There's a guy called Spurias on Instagram, and he's got an interesting technique where it sounds like super fast because his fingers are not moving, so it's going like but what he's doing is it's like a 3-note per string thing. So instead of like pentatonic where you're going, what he's doing is basically doing this picking pattern, so you get more notes before moving the strings, and then so he's basically going. So one of those notes has been repeated, but it sounds like crazy fast, and it's something you need to learn. So you basically just go, and it's a cool effect. So I definitely want to learn how to do that. It sounds amazing. So yeah, that's some cool stuff. Being fast is cool, but it's a tool. So music is about tension and release. So you generally want have it as part of your toolbox. So it's a really good way of creating tension, but then you want that release, so you might be like, so it's like being able to go that fast sounds cool, because if you're only like, I'm not knocking anyone, I can't play slowly. If you're only able to go like, it's okay, but then if you're like, it's like, okay, that's sick. Do you want any Youngblood? No, I know of him. What would you recommend for me to learn? Because I don't know the Youngbloods. Is he any good? I mean, he was on the Aussie tribute concert, wasn't he? I don't know what his famous songs are. I like really weird stuff. Justin Hawkins really played into him, didn't he? Said he was a bit shit and new. Although The Darkness are amazing. I went to see them supporting the Wild Hearts. That was killer. So they've got Love Is Only a Feeling is a really cool song. Killer voice. I'm going to put another song up for people to learn. Goodness Concert in Low Life. Okay. Has that got some cool riffs or easy songs, easy chords? Young Blood, Low Life. Let's see the chords. Maybe I can do an arrangement. Ultimate Guitar, saving everyone. Oh, it's only 2 chords, just G minor and D minor. Okay. Do you know how to play this? I don't know the song, but if you wanted to, yeah, it is. I used to practice up to 8 hours a day one summer. I got hand problems in my second year of college, and I basically couldn't even like lift a pint glass of water. My wrist was so wrecked, and then I had some treatments and things on that. And then to catch up, so I didn't have to miss another year of college, I spent 8 hours a day, mostly working on technique for the entire summer. And so that was pretty mental. But then there's a guy called Carl Verheyen, who's an amazing LA session player. And he did a masterclass, and he said, you'll never have this amount of time again to practice, so just go nuts on it now. because when you get older, you'll have responsibilities and stuff. Like, see you later, Hannah. So just practice now. So we did. Like Slash used to play all day. Van Halen used to play. It's about like his brother was a drummer. They go out to party. Like Eddie, who's a bit younger, would be sitting on the bed playing guitar. They come back from party and he'd still be playing. So got to put the hours in. That's what's required. Youngblood, yeah, look it up. Probably spice that part up a little bit. Cortinas, I know them, but I don't know the song. Please don't buy the Cortinas. Let's look. Cortinas. Let's see what. Here we go. Chords. So it's quite simple. I don't know how fast this is. It's my favourite song. Okay, Bob, this, if you think I'm fast, like, you gotta check out Rick Graham, and there's a song called Inside Out, and it's really Satriani. It's beautiful. It's because I bought the tab off his website because there's no way going to work this out. It sounds like it's a really cool vibe. Who's in this thing? It sounds really cool. Then it like shred like you would not believe, and there's this really cool riff that he plays with the unison with the keyboard. So like, yeah, definitely it's jaw dropping. If you think I'm good, this guy is like superhero level, and I'm just a guy working in a supermarket. And just beautiful playing, but like then the solo is like, it's fast. I put a show up of me playing some of it. So this speed. What is it? He's doing that, but like twice as fast. It's mental. Tony DiCaprio, are you related to Leonardo? Or do you get that a lot? And you're like, no, piss off. He's had some nice looking women. Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street? That is hilarious. Margot Robbie's looking very nice, and a great film. I need to maybe fill in this one. What colour should I do this one? Maybe a red? I think I have a red left. Don't have a red. It's all just greens and yellows. It's a very anemic palette here. Orange. And just get the paints out. And then at least it looks like looks like a child's guitar, doesn't it? Like a kids' TV show. That's almost done. I'll do the back. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Cover by CQ. Hi, how's it going? It's me asking for requests. Like a million songs in the world. You're like, play this one. Like, I've heard of the band. I don't know them. These tabs don't have rhythmic notation on, so. Hey, cheers, Cover B. There's a riff. Let's see if this works. Sight reading. So. Is that right? That's literally all that's written on there. That's it. Not a lot to go on there. Right, so I got 5 more minutes, then I've got to go get some dinner before I hit the bar. It's my birthday. Yeah, Bob, that's crazy, isn't it? So about 4 minutes in, he starts his like solo of it, and that is slow down. It's I can't really reach on this, but yeah, and his technique is just insane. Maybe I'll get a guitar lesson from him. Cheers, Bob. But it's £80 for 45 minutes, which is fine because he's world class, but incredible. So yeah, that's something that's really inspiring at the moment. So he's got that cool vibe. Amazing. So yeah, sick. Right, I'm gonna call it there. Time of death, 17:55 UK time. Appreciate everyone checking in, and I'll do some more colouring next time. It's looking pretty cool. So yeah, that's how far it's got. So thanks for watching, and I'll check in with you later.